Hi everybody. We are super excited about Yarn Lounge that's scheduled for this Saturday, August 24th here in Orlando, Florida at Brewlando. We can't wait for all the fun that's going to be happening, but in order to make sure that you have the best information available, I wanted to bring you a few little details so you can be ready for the day. Over 300 tickets have gone out for this event, and usually we have about 250 to 300 people there, so we're very excited about all the fun that's in store. We've got great vendors lined up this year: Biddy Knits, Queen Bee Yarn Company, Dizzy Blonde Studios, and of course, Olive and 2U Studios. Some fun new things this year are our photo booth. We have samples that are being contributed by the indie dyers, and they're going to be set up towards the front of the building in a photo booth area where you can try them on, check them out. They're labeled with the yarn, the pattern, all the details you need, and we've got a fun way for you to take your Yarn Lounge photos. Remember, if you hashtag Yarn Lounge on Instagram, you'll be entered to win the day after giveaway, which is a lot of fun, and it's usually a really great prize. So you want to make sure and stop by the photo booth. Now, a couple of details before I get to some more of the fun stuff. I want to talk about parking first. So Brewlando does in fact have a limited number of parking spaces, so it's really important that we park where they asked us to park. There are spaces in front of the brewery. You can certainly park anywhere there. There are spaces behind the brewery, and they ask you not to park there. Now, clear behind the brewery, there are several rows of businesses, some of which are empty units, but we've been asked not to park there by the owners of those businesses and the owners of that property, and we don't want to cause any problems. So where you can park is in front of the brewery. And then there is a drive. Once you turn into the brewery, there's a roadway that goes all the way back to all of those businesses I just mentioned. It's a roadway. You can park on the right side of that roadway. You just don't want to touch the yellow line. That's a really long drive. I'm not sure how exactly long it is. It might be 3/4 of a mile. It's really long. So there's lots of parking on the side there. Another opportunity is we ask you to try to carpool if you can. Ride with some friends. Fiber friends are the best friends, right? So hitch a ride with your fiber friends, or consider even a ride share like Uber or Lyft or some of those. We don't, necessarily endorse any of those, but it's one way to get there and not have to worry about parking. So parking is super important. Food trucks. So we've been asked about food trucks. We know there will be at least one food truck on site, and my understanding is it's a Philly cheesesteak food truck. So that sounds pretty good. As of yesterday, the brewery was working on getting us some additional options. So I can't tell you what those are. I don't know for sure just yet, but we're crossing our fingers. I'm hoping there'll be 2 or 3 food trucks. Now, they usually accept credit cards, but it's always a good idea to have cash on hand just in case we've got somebody who isn't set up to take credit cards. That's always a good idea. So food should be handled for the event on Saturday. The event starts at 2 o'clock. You can definitely get there early if you want to. As soon as you get there, our folks at the front will be ready to check you in. I say as soon as you get there. We won't be there any earlier. We can only get in the brewery at noon for the vendors. So we'll take a little bit of time to set up, but as soon as we're ready to accept you, we're going to go ahead and get you checked in so there's no long lines. That's really important. If you have a Yarn Groupie Extraordinaire ticket, remember you get to pick up your swag bag at the door. Inside your swag bag for Yarn Groupie Extraordinaires, you'll find a red ticket and a white ticket. The red ticket is your drink ticket. You get 1 free drink ticket with your Yarn Groupie Extraordinaire bag. And then your white ticket is your extra door prize ticket. And we've got tons of door prizes. I'm so excited. We've got some great donations from a lot of lovely people who have donated, some yarn shops, some individuals, as well as some other dyers and people who do things for knitters, products for knitters and crocheters. So I'm really excited about those. But you can pick up your swag bag at the door. You have got your ticket on your email that you received when you signed up for your ticket, or barring that, if you don't have that, they can always check your name off. But it's easiest if you have your ticket on your phone at the end of your email. But don't stress if you don't. Tickets are still available, free tickets that is, so be sure that your family and friends get their free tickets and get ready to go. All right, let's talk about some other things. Our photo booth, I mentioned our photo booth. We're really excited about that. Can you tell? The event goes from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. We will not be able to process any sales until 2 o'clock. So that's when it begins. You're certainly welcome to kind of mill around and take a look around and be familiar with what's going on. But sales will begin being processed at 2 o'clock and will end promptly at 6 o'clock. It's always a lot of fun at Yarn Lounge. Okay, what else did I want to mention here? Let me think of all the things to mention. I do want to show you really quick. We've got some popular items back this year. Our Yarn Lounge pint glasses are back. There they are. We've got the black and the kind of acid green. I've just got the black to show you now. So those will be available for sale at the event. And then, of course, Sizzlin' Stitcher, our official Yarn Lounge colorway for Yarn Lounge Orlando 2024. Great colorway. It's lots of fun. If you check out our website at oliveandtoyou.com, you'll see the knitted up sample to get an idea. If you're doing socks with this, it's sort of pseudo stripes. It's not self-striping, it's sort of pseudo stripes, and it's a lot of fun. We've got people who have flown in from out of state for this particular event, so thank you to you for making this so great, and to our local folks who turn out in force. We always have a wonderful, wonderful time. We do want to tell the folks at Brewlando, thank you so much for having us. That's really important. And also, so we want to be sure that we tip generously and appreciate all of their time. So we're super excited about Yarn Lounge. I'll just show you the little coaster we've got. Yarn Groupie Extraordinaires are getting these fun coasters. So that's a lot of fun. And we're going to have a great day. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think there's rain in the forecast. I don't know for sure. I'm going to cross my fingers on that. But if you have any questions at all, just email me at Michelle, Michelle, at oliveandtoyou.com. That's OLIVENTWOEWE.com. Michelle at oliveandtoyou.com. My business partner, Carolyn, has been dyeing up beautiful yarn getting ready for the event. All the vendors are going to have great yarn, and we're going to have some fabulous prizes and a whole lot of fun going on at Yarn Lounge. So thank you so much for making this one of the best received events we've ever been involved in. We're so excited for yarn groupies and the Yarn Lounge community and how the connections are made. It's all about those relationships and the connections. You know, we were talking the other day to some folks, and we were talking about how Yarn Lounge, while there are vendors there, and it's definitely a great place to buy beautiful yarn, it's more about the community. It's more about the connections. And that's one of the things that we absolutely love about Yarn Lounge. So free tickets are still available. We're looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. Remember to park in the approved spaces. Please don't park behind the brewery, and don't park in the array of parking places that are at those other businesses. We've been asked to steer clear of those, and we want to be good neighbors. It's going to be a lively day. There's apparently, a little birdie told me that there is a Phillies preseason game going on, and I think there's going to be some folks in the brewery that are going to be watching that. So it's definitely going to be very active and vibrant and a lot of fun at Brewlando. But we're so grateful. Brewlando's done a great job of welcoming us in, and we're grateful for that kind of local support. So if you have any questions at all, again, Michelle at oliveandtoyou.com or info at oliveandtoyou.com. Either way, we'll get those questions in, and we're looking forward to a fantastic event. Thank you so very much. We'll be sending out a newsletter probably tomorrow and or Saturday morning to give you final details, and be ready to have a blast. Thanks so much, and we will see you Saturday at Yarn Lounge.